Okay, so I just wanted to make this video. Hi, because yeah, why not? Because I'd made a bit of a misstatement on my Shilliverse video. I think it was. Yes, I know I need a haircut, but I cut my own hair, and yeah, that's just crunching around when I try to gesture. So I been keeping the use of this on an as needed basis, which goes to emphasize that I'm trying to make up for the fact that I made a misstatement because, well, saying the Illuminati is in any way on our side is kind of like saying the Russians were on our side in World War II. But it was kind of beside the point. But I'm going to go into that in a minute. What I wanted to kind of do to make up for it, because you know I make mistakes on this channel and I acknowledge them, usually without being told. Well, actually, the only mistakes that I know of that I've acknowledged are just ones that I've noticed, and I'm like, crap, I said that, and just a matter of whether or not I remember to get around to making a correction, you know. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is not the top of my head. It's this drawing right here. Okay. Let me see if I can make a still photo of that with the camera there. Alright, so what you have here is basically the idea of how electricity is created by the sun triggering electrical arcing. Okay, and this is the same electricity flow that goes through the clouds as lightning and through the ether and the atmosphere as sprites that causes the compass to face north. Okay, so basically here it is. The idea is that when something goes around, it creates an electric current, right? An electric field. Well, what you have here is basically a spotted, distributed series of things that is conducted by an electrical grid of water vapor. So, not exceedingly efficient, but, you know, systems are designed with resistors involved for reasons. And what you have here is the system that both levitates and illuminates the physical apparitions of the celestial bodies, including man-made ones, actually. So, those of you who watch my channel who have fancy graphics programs, do your thing with that. I have many other things in this notebook that, frankly, I haven't seen put into proper graphics format. Like this. This is not that hard to understand. Okay? And this is case in point of what I want to get to with the whole reason why I get frustrated when people just keep on dwelling on false flags and the Illuminati and giant floating things that they keep covered up, as if you could find any group of people with enough people on message to, it's just the idea of the level of secrecy that some people try to get you to imagine is ridiculous. Okay? And if you want evidence of that, look at the structure on how they work on secret projects at Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Area 51, that kind of thing. Okay? They keep people separate for a reason. Okay? And a lot of this has to do with, so technologies can't be leaked. Okay? But it's that hard to keep a secret, is what I'm saying. And the biggest part about this that I think people are missing is that a secret as big as Flat Earth can't be kept by a trust because of greed basis. Okay? Somebody has to have an existential reason. Okay? A survival based reason for keeping a secret like that. Okay? Now, you can rule out that a lot of people in our government know about this. Okay? So, what reason could the people who do know about this have for keeping such a secret? Is it that they're just so greedy and they want to just... I mean, what the fuck is it that you people think, anyways? Like, I don't even get it. I can't pretend to explain it in an intelligible manner, because it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, what does make sense to me is the Cold War. All right, and flat Earth, round Earth makes sense when you think of it in terms of East versus West and how far behind we were, the Soviets, as far as rocket technology goes. And when you take that into account, along with how far behind we were as far as intelligence service manpower goes, and then you look at the current situation of a whole bunch of people telling you the United States is solely responsible for our outlook on space as a species, basically. It's all America's fault, somehow. Do the math. Okay? Who's behind this becomes obvious. And now that brings me back to the Illuminati thing. Okay? The thing about the Illuminati is there's not really any such thing as the Illuminati in the way you perceive it. Okay? There are lots of secret groups of rich people. Okay? There are groups that exist. Okay? The Illuminati is not one of them. It is like a pseudo-fascist cover front for KGB operatives. Okay? And it's... I have that video. The true plan of the Illuminati is... The title is meant to lure people in, so they can actually know what the plan of the Illuminati is. That the Illuminati is a plan. Okay? The Illuminati is the group of people who were organized to do something, not an organized group of people. Like, they're a deployment. It's like Desert Storm. Okay, that's the Illuminati. All right, and there's another Illuminati that was where this modern incarnation got its name from, which was a group of atheists who, as depicted in the Da Vinci Code series, fought against the Catholic Church blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I was briefly thinking of them and Crusader times and, you know, can't we all just get along kind of stuff. But, you know, we could get along with the atheists who wanted to fight with the Crusaders against the invading hordes when we were trying to defend Europe together. That's where I was coming from. But right now, the idea of us working with a bunch of Satanists posing as secularists to try to seem cool and somehow making that work. No, that's not what I was suggesting. Ooh, that dumb. Okay, that's a dumb idea. So, speaking of dumb ideas, the reason why I made the whole Shilliverse video and what I really want to talk about as far as people who want to just say Illuminati, Freemasons, false flag, every crazy thing I can say, I'm going to say it and mix it in with flat earth. Have you not considered that this might be a bad idea if you in fact really care about flat earth theory? See, my argument might seem far-fetched because I'm not beating around the bush and I'm just kicking your demons right in the nads. But if I were to beat around the bush and be tactically about it and try to be smart and appeal to your logical brain, I could just tell you, mixing flat earth theory with other conspiracy theories is bad for flat earth theory. This is because you got a bunch of crazy trains going in all kinds of different directions. And you need to just pick one crazy train and try to paint it like a normal train. Okay? Or else, they're not going to let your passengers off without straitjackets. I don't know how far I'm going with this metaphor, but it's kind of hilarious, so I'll just be enjoying it while I could before they let me off of my train. Anyway, okay. Suddenly I got Pink Floyd in my head. They call it riding the gravy train. Bow, 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 bow. I didn't even know if it was me singing there for a second. What the fuck is this video about? Is it... I'm tired. Do I look tired? Holy shit! It's after midnight o'clock. Midnight o'clock. I was gonna talk about stuff. No. Okay. So, since I happened to pull this little picture up, this is a fine example of silly theories. And I'm talking to you, Mark Sargent, just in case you happen to be willing to listen to reason. You don't have to have some alien manufactured whatever the fuck y'all... And you know, I know you don't want to say what you think it is. Okay, or what you think it is, or, you know, if you even think any of the shit that you say you think, but for the people who listen to the various flat earthers who say that there is a object of some sort that comes and blocks out the sun, okay, or that comes and blocks out the moon during a lunar eclipse, alright, none of that's necessary. The moon blocks out the sun. Okay, that's pretty obvious. And the math on the planar projection versus a spherical projection works out just fine. You know, the thing gets in the way of the other thing and block that out. Alright. But this is the lunar eclipse. Now, what you have in this isn't that clear. I understand that. It's because it's not a 3D model, it's a fucking sketch. But what it is the point at which the event horizon, that is, you know, sunset, that used to be what's called the event horizon, okay, in old science. Just trust me on this. You might actually be able to look that up, because that should be at least in like some Greek or Roman history or something. Alright, so sunset is the event horizon. It's the point at which the light from the sun falls to the earth, okay? So light coming out from the sun, okay? Earth moving up, eventually they meet, alright? That's the event horizon. Whether it's going this way or this way depends on whether or not it's regular light that we see. When it's going up like this because the sun's far away, that's why it turns red at sunset. Oh, I think I have a drawing of that too. See? Sunset. Alright? The event horizon. Now, what the event horizon does in the upper levels of the sky, in the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, I don't care, is this. It has a sunset, a point at which the light fails to meet the moon, okay? And when this happens during the night for everybody to see, that's called an eclipse. When it happens before the moon becomes visible, I guess it's called a new moon. But it's just that simple. It's the moon's too far away, okay? And when the eclipse actually happens, it's when that point doesn't last long because they're racing towards each other and it just comes kind of back in range again. Okay, so just picture that. Just picture that one little point, North Pole here, alright? And the reason why the light reaches that much further is because it's higher up. Okay, you can see the sun from further the higher up you go. Well, so can the moon. You know, the moon can see the sun. Now, the moon reflects off the sun at a higher level, you know, at a further distance because it's at a higher level. Okay, so while the sun's light wouldn't be reaching past the North Pole, if the moon and the sun are like this, the surface is right here, the North Pole is my beard. Suddenly my beard's complaining and feeling awkward. There's this point. Model it out in a computer. It'll work. Okay? You don't need a third-party software object. Yeah. I guess I could have chose when I was a little more awake to try to explain this one. Sorry about that. But yeah, having a sense of humor and having human characteristics like flaws and making mistakes and stuff, that's not going to be a hindrance to the flat earth movement. What's going to be a hindrance to the flat earth movement is mocking victims of murders. Lumping in flat earth with every other conspiracy and all this false flag nonsense. Just be logical, be practical, people. Okay? That is the one way to ensure that no one mainstream will give a crap about what you have to say about flat earth. Because they're just going to take one gander at all the other crap you have to say. and just, and yeah, this is me telling you that. But then, I don't have a choice whether or not to be me. You got a choice whether or not to believe in false flag nonsense and be a traitor to your government. So, let me be me, because I'm the one who's telling you. Stop being a traitor. Because people here care for you, you know? People here are the ones that are letting you complain about here on the internet. Isn't that nice? So, yeah. The Illuminati. Man, there ain't no damn Illuminati. There's a bunch of different people. Doctors, ministers, professors, okay, politicians. Bunch of different people who have been sent here to subvert our values as a country, and to subvert our society, and to subvert our wisdom as a people, okay, and our tactical readiness as a nation, okay. Those are the very people you're getting your information from. When you want to say Sandy Hook and Jade Helm and all this crap, and people want to complain about Alex Jones and all these supposed shills, yet they just go right ahead and repeat the same bullshit they spout. What is wrong with you people? Get real. Get jobs. Something. I'm going to post something. My next video. It's going to be about Freemasons. In fact, it's going to be from the Freemason channel. A little thing I clipped off of their stuff and did a commentary on. Because, you know, did it ever dawn on any flat earthers that maybe most Freemasons don't know? And if they do know, you see, Freemasons are bound to not say Freemason secrets, but that doesn't mean Freemasons don't like people knowing those secrets. So if you as a non-Freemason come out and say the earth is flat and the Freemasons happen to know this, they're just going to be like, oh, well, the retards are learning. That's, you know, and that's the worst way you could interpret that. Okay, because they would see the rest of us as being the ignorant, misguided masses. And for us to take a step up the evolutionary ladder would be a good thing, I would think, in their eyes. Oh, but you didn't even fucking consider that. Why? Because you suffer from what I call demonic blindness. If you'd like to learn more about demonic blindness, subscribe to this channel and go watch some previous videos. If you like this video, click the like button. I'm going to shut the fuck up now because I'm tired. Peace.